Alrighty, we are back for the JV game now. 36 Maddox Icono with the face-off. Gets whacked around. Lone Peak picks it up. Defense here by 24, Zach Speakman. 95 with it. Throws it down. Back up in the middle to 28. 28 down to 26. He'll throw it over the goal. Way over the goal. Where is that one going? I don't know. Number 54 here. Up to 28. 28. Makes a move. Slows it down. Backs it out. Down low. Can't read numbers right now. 11, Bobby Lee with a nice hit. Defense here by Zach. Knocks it to the other side. Picked up by 26, Carter Kessler. He'll lose it. He cannot pick it up here. He finally picks it up. He'll throw it down to 6, Seth Birmingham. Seth comes up. Makes a move. Cuts down towards the net. Tosses it over. Shot. Saved there by the goalie. That shot there by 17, Calix Wilkinson. Number 88 now with it. Runs it around. Gets hit there by Samuelson. Ball back on the ground. Gets picked up again. Ball getting fought for. Ran out. Picked up by the goalie. 6, Seth Birmingham with a whack down. Seth and the goalie going for a little knocks around there, and it's failure on Lone Peak. Cobradell's ball. Samuelson with it. Samuelson will bring it in here. Passes it over to Kessler. Kessler around the backside. Passes it in the middle. Shot almost there by Logan Bobo, but picked up by number 80. 80 running around now with it. Another little foul, and it is Grizzly ball. 49 Max right with it now. Max cuts down towards the net, makes a move, comes around, takes a shot. Goal there for number 49, Max Wright. And there's also a penalty. And it's enough to stay in the box there for Lone Peak. Your Grizzlies now take the lead, 1-0. Alrighty. Timeout there after the goal there by 49 Max Wright. Brings 42 Jackson Lee on the faceoff with 33 Jonas Tatton and 35 Jaden Hedman on his wings. Ball will go down there. He'll get hit by Jonas Tatton. He'll run down, get in the box, and back it out. Pass it across to 40. Back up top. 85. Over to 86. Down low. To 85. Crusawe on the defense there. 86 with it with Bobby Lee on the defense. 6 will pass it in the middle. Shot off the left crossbar. Chased out there almost by Walker Stoltz. It'll be a Lone Peak ball. 85 will have it here at the top. Switch hands. Bobby Lee will trip. Ball will be shot there somehow. He kept the ball on his stick. And it will roll back and get picked up by number 7. 7 with it here, runs it up. Pass up top. 30. He was kind of scared of the ball there. Picked up by 31. Ty Evans now. Ty coming down the field now. Ty gets a whack. Another whack. Ty keeps running. Throws it down to 26 Kessler, and that ball will roll out of bounds. Lone Peak will bring it in here. Lone Peak passes it in the middle to a wide open 88. 88 coming up the field now. 88 will get hit there by Bobby. He'll keep coming down. Pass it down below. Over to 7. 7. Up top to 70. Back down to 7. 7. Slowing it down. Comes across the top. Pass down low. Too slow. That ball out of bounds as Crusoe will chase that one out. Crusoe will bring it in here. He'll get whacked and lose the ball. Crusoe will pick it back up. Crusoe will pass it over to 16 Walker Stoltz. Stoltz chucks it upfield to number 49, Max Wright. Max across the midline. He'll pass it down to 26, Kessler. Kessler gets in the box and then backs it out. Kessler across to Seth. Seth with it now, behind the goal. Seth runs across the bottom. Seth comes across the top, passes up top to Calix. Calix will miss that. Samuelson will miss that. Samuelson gets hit around. The ball rolls. Gets picked up by Calix. Calix runs it around the top. Switches spots with Sammy Aguirre. Back up to Sammy. Sammy getting hit. Throws it over to Gage. Gage comes down. Makes a move. Takes a shot over the goal. Seth brings it in. He'll get whacked. He'll keep the ball somehow. He'll take a shot. And there will be a penalty here on Lone Peak here. Got about 6 minutes left. Let's see. Number 6, Seth Birmingham will start with it. Pass it to Max. Max. Down to Seth. Seth. Across the top. Gets a screen. He'll come up, take a shot. Saved there by the goalie. He'll now pass it up field to number 4. 4 run down the side. Comes down. Gets hit by Crusoe. He'll get hit again by Crusoe. He'll hit the ground. Hudson Boyer now puts the ball in the crease of Walker Stoltz. Stoltz chucks it upfield to Zach Speakman. Zach picks it up here. Over to Samuelson. Samuelson down to Kessler. And Kessler will miss it again as that ball rolls out of bounds. Lone Peak ball. Ball will be brought in here by number 24. He'll throw it to their goalie. Goalie now. Up to the middle. Defense there by 21, Jackson Jones. 98 will run it down. He'll switch hands. He'll take a shot, and that is a goal there by number 95 of the Lone Peak, tying your game 1-1. Number 15, Season, coming on to face off with number 11, Bobby Lee, and number 39, Nick, on his wings. Ball get hit around. He'll lose a stick on a stick check there by 11, Bobby Lee. And stoppage there, but Bobby Lee will get it. He'll come down, make a move. Pass it down to 26, Kessler. Kessler. Slowing it down. Waiting for the offense. Passes it up to 49, Max Wright. Max will throw it over to 9, Logan Bobo. Bobo with it now. Comes down, makes a move, switches hands. He'll get whacked. He'll throw it down to Kessler. Kessler. Kessler makes a weird move there and keeps the ball. Now he'll lose the ball. Ball back in the air. And that will end up in the goalie's stick. Goalie passes it up to 35. 35 switches spots with 49, Max Wright. Throws it up to 86. 86 now coming down the field. 86 passes it to 7. 7 takes a shot. Goal for Lone Peak. Their second of the night, taking the lead here in the first quarter with about 2:30 left. Let's see, we got 36 Maddox Iacano coming on to face off. That one will get won by Lone Peak, 85 to 7. 7 to the middle. He'll get knocked there by Crusoe. Keep the ball. Pass it over to 7. 7. Up to 85. 85 will get hit around. Pass up to 29. Defense here by Hudson Boyer. He'll come down. Keep getting whacked. He'll pass it over to 7. 7. Comes around, gets hit. He'll come across the left side. He'll take a weird shot there. Didn't even think it hit the back of the net there. That was just something weird. But Lone Peak will chase it out. 27 with it now. Makes a move. Gets hit. Hit again. Comes across the top. He'll throw it over to 20, maybe 12 there, and that ball will roll out of bounds. Grizzly ball. 31, Ty Evans will go pick it up on that yellow line. He'll bring it in. He'll throw it to 16, Walker Stoltz. Stoltz now walks out. Looking up for a pass. Waits for the team to get open. He'll chuck it up the field now. To 17, Calix Wilkinson. Wilkinson comes down the field. About 30 seconds left. Gives it to Seth Birmingham. Seth gets whacked. Turns around. Goes up and over. He's getting held there. And the ball will be in the middle. Ball still on the ground. Ball getting hit around. On top of the crease. Gets picked up by 6, Seth Birmingham. Seth will run around with 10 seconds left. Passes up to Calix. He'll take a shot off the right side. Chased out by 48, Hunter Miller. And that is the end of your first quarter. Your Grizzlies won. Lone Peak Knights 2. We'll be back in a second for some second quarter action. Alrighty, we are back for the second quarter. We got number 42, Jackson Lee, onto the faceoff. That one will get hit around. Back on the ground. Get kicked across. Picked up by Calix. Calix running down the side now. Loses it. Picks it back up. Calix gets a screen by Season. Calix over to 49, Max right. Max. Max with it. Comes up. Makes a move. He wants to go with his right, and the pole knows that, or the defender knows that. He'll pass it down to Season. Season. Down low to Seth. Seth. Switches spots with Season. Seth comes across the top. Passes it over to Calix. Calix. Calix slowing it down. Runs down. Passes it over to Sammy. Sammy to Max. That's actually Hunter Miller there. Getting whacked, and he'll lose the ball. Ball will roll down. 38 will have it now. 38, pass it to the goalie. The goalie will chuck it upfield to a pole. He'll get whacked by Calix. He'll pass it back over to the goalie. Goalie hucks it across the field to number 32. He'll throw it over to 7. He'll take a shot again. Chased out by Lone Peak. Lone Peak will bring it in here on the yellow line. He'll pass it over to 50, 50 to 20. 28 comes down. He'll get checked. He'll pass it in the middle. Saved there by 16 Walker Stoltz. Stoltz coming up the field now. Stoltz throws it over to 49 Max right. Max comes across. He'll get hit. He'll go up and over the guy. He'll put it in his left. Toss it over to 33 Jonas Tatton. Jonas. Pass over to 6 Seth Birmingham. Seth. Seth. Comes around. Seth. Pass back over to Jonas. Jonas will lose that one as that one will roll down. Fight for it in the middle. Get picked up there by someone. Hold on Low Peak. Keeps Grizzlies with the ball. That one down there was 36 Maddox Iacano who had it. But 48 Hunter Miller will start with it. Hunter throws it up and over to Jonas Tatton. Jonas brings it on back. Throws it over to 41. Tatum. Tatum. Down to Seth. Seth with it here. Fakes a pass. He'll run down now. Get a screen by Tatum. Comes across the top. Throws it over to Maddox as the pass goes through. Lone Peak will hit it. Lone Peak ball. Number 4 of Lone Peak will bring it in here. Throws it to their goalie. Goalie will come up looking for a pass. Throws it to the middle. 14 now. Coming down. Passes down low and that ball will roll. Keep rolling. Out of bounds. Grizzly ball. 19. Hudson Boyer will go pick it up now. Hudson Boyer with it. Brings it in. Chucks it to 16 Walker Stoltz. Stoltz will run up with it now looking for his pass. Chucks it upfield to 26 Carter Kessler. Kessler walks inches to that 50-yard line, but keeps on coming down. He'll get hit in the back. He'll try and run a swim dodge. He'll run straight down to get a touch, but he will take a shot there and save there by the goalie. Ball get picked up by 49 Max right now. Right gets hit. Oh. Doesn't know what to do. Throws it up to Kessler. Kessler to Sammy. Sammy over to Calix. Calix loses it. Calix picks it back up. Calix runs around the side. Pass down low to Max. Max over to Hunter. Hunter comes across. Pass to Seth. Seth backs it out. Seth comes down. Tries to take a shot. He'll come back around. He'll back it out. Pass it over to Calix. Calix down to Kessler. Kessler Across to Hunter Miller. Hunter loses it, picks it back up. Fight for it. Hunter will pick it up. Hunter getting whacked around. Loses the ball. Looks like there will be a penalty here, though, on a defender of Lone Peak. 6:45 left in your first half. Your Grizzlies currently losing by 1. Hopefully with this man-up situation, they can strike a goal. Seth up to Calix. Calix. Across to Kessler. 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 Up to Sammy. Sammy gets hit. Sammy loses the ball. Ball on the ground. Running down the pole here. He'll get hit hard by Hudson Boyer. Hudson running down the field now. Hudson with a little bit of life here. Pass down to Seth. Seth down to Calix. He'll take a shot. Saved by the goalie, though. Calix will lose it. Ball back on the ground. It'll get kicked. Ball back on the ground still. Picked up there by 13. 13 coming down the field now. He's got a full steam ahead. He'll keep coming down. Ball by 22 has it. He'll lose it. Nice check there by Ty Evans. 28. Up to 21. 21. 88. Pass in the middle. Defense again by Hudson Boyer. Pass in the middle. Shot. Goal for Lone Peak. Going up by 2 with about 5 minutes left in your first half.
Goal, nice.
Alrighty, now we got 15 season coming on to face off with number 11, Bobby Lee on his wing. Ball will get hit out. Picked up by Bobby. Bobby will get hit around. Bobby with some speed gets hit, loses the ball. But before he loses it, time out by the Grizzlies. And we'll be back in a sec for the rest of this half. Already, they will figure out whose ball it is. Looks like it's going to be the Grizzlies. 17, Calix Wilkinson with it. He'll start with it now. Bring it on down. Run right in the middle, but he will pass everybody. Pass over to Max. Over to Seth, and he'll lose that. Ball back on the ground. Crease there on Calix makes it Lone Peak ball. the goalie here, Lone Peak. Chucks it up the field. Pass over to nobody. Ball on the ground, though. Crusoe with a nice hit. As he will run backwards. Save it there. Jonas Tatton with a hit. Jonas Tatton will have a 1-minute non-releasable penalty there as they collided helmets there as they were trying to get the ground ball. Your Grizzlies will be man down. They're boxing one with their poles and number 11, Bobby Lee in the middle. 7 passes it back to 58. 58 brings it around the top. Pass over to 28. Up to 15. 15. 88. I don't know what that one was, but it is Grizzly ball. Number 31, Ty Evans will pick it up. He'll get chased. He'll run down. And there'll be a timeout by the Grizzlies with about 2:30 left in this first half. Alrighty, we are back for the last 2:30 in this first half. Number 6, Seth Birmingham will start with it. He'll come down. He'll make a move. Come around the top. Spin move. Around. Get hit. He keeps going, though. Pass down low to Max. Max will lose that one. Picked up by Lone Peak. Nice hit there by 6, Seth Birmingham. He'll lose that, and that'll be the Grizzly ball. Number 6, Seth Birmingham with it now. Brings it in. Pass over to Calix. Calix. Down to Maddox. Maddox over to Jackson. Jackson with it now. Jackson Jones. Passes it down to Max. Max. Over to 6, Seth Birmingham. Seth will miss it, and it'll roll out of bounds. Defense here for Lone Peak. Throws it over to their goalie. Goalie. Chucks it back over to 36. 36 will run up now. 36. Up to 50. He'll get hit there by Ty Evans. He'll keep going, though. 57. Gets in the box. Passes it back to 29. 29. 45. 45. Over to 7. 7. Comes around. Wants to take a shot. Defense by Hudson Boyer. Slows it down. He'll take a shot. Way over the goal. He's bringing it in now on the yellow line again there by Lone Peak. Your Grizzlies are back in a box-and-one situation here, though. Never mind. Right now they're going to come back up to full force. Pass down low. Back up top. Shot by number 7 over the net again. Just like last time, a lot of these balls are just going to pile up on one side of the field. Lone Peak will bring it in here. Number 88 with it here. Runs around the back. He'll get hit hard by Zach Speakman. The flag will come in the air, though, as that ball. And Zach and another player will chat it up. And, yeah. If I had to guess, that will take us to the end, maybe. Let's see what happens here. And we'll be back in a sec. Okay. Penalties coming in for both teams here. Let's see how many penalties can rack up. Looks like Zach will be in there just an extra 30 seconds than the other player because he got the first penalty. And then the little scuffle after. Lone Peak looks like they're going to start with it here, but if I had to guess, they are just going to run the clock down the rest of the way. Number 7 will start with it, though. Seven will bring it in. He'll run around the top here, get a screen, pass it down low to 38. The Grizzlies are currently even though there's only 5 out there. It's just 5-on-5. 38 gets hit down there by Hudson Boyer. Ball come down. Get picked up here by someone, maybe. Somewhere. And the ball will stay on the ground. That is the end of your first half. We'll be back in a couple seconds for a little halftime show. See you then. Alrighty, we are back for the second half of this lacrosse game.
Let's make some noise for our Grizzlies.
Looks to see like Maddox Icono faced off there. Lone Peak had it though. They'll just take a quick shot and that will hit off. Let's see, where's the ball? Oh, almost a shot again. Walker Stoltz though with it. He'll chuck it up the field. He'll lose it. Lone Peak with it now. Lone Peak will get the ball. Oh. Sorry. Lots of stoppage here. Actually helping the Grizzlies out here, bringing everyone on the field. Oh, I forgot to say, we have a man down situation. Not really man down, just two players are in the box for either side of the team. So 5-on-5. But now it looks like Lone Peaks has ran out and it's become a man down situation because it started with one penalty and then it led to the fight. But Cruz Salwe runs a kid over there. Number 11, Bobby Lee coming down the field now, getting whacked. He'll end up running out of bounds here, and it will be Lone Peak ball. Lone Peak will have it here. A 66. He'll run down the side now. He'll toss it down to 7. 7. Switches spots with 66. 7 comes across. Passes it down low. Nug there by Hudson Boyer. Picked up by Zach Speakman. Zach comes across. Zach chucks it down the field to 6 Seth Birmingham. Offsides there on Lone Peak. Makes it. Grizzly ball. They'll figure this one out here. Let's see. Number 49, Max Wright, will bring it down. He'll make a move. Come across midline. He'll come down. Pass it down to 34. 34 is Hudson Fox, but that one will roll out. Lone Peak ball. Lone Peak with it now. Hucks it over to the goalie. Goalie walking it out. Chucks it downfield to a pole. Pole pass it to a midi. And now the midi will come across. Midi, number 4. Chucks it down. Chased out there by Walker. And it will be Grizzly ball. Hudson Boyer chucks it to Walker Stoltz. Stoltz chucks it down the field to 15 Season. Season loses it. Season will end up picking it back up. Throws it over to 6 Seth Birmingham. Seth comes down the field now. Seth over to 34 Hudson Fox. Hudson will lose it. Hudson back up to 6 Seth Birmingham. Seth runs around. Over to Max Wright. Max telling Calix where to go as he chucks it over to 34 Hudson Fox. Hudson over to 41 Tatum. Tatum over down to 6 Seth Birmingham. Seth goes around a guy. Makes guy miss. Shoots. Scores for number 6 Seth Birmingham, making this a 1-point game. Here Grizzlies are currently down 3-2. And great one by Seth, making people miss. Puts it over the head. Nice shot. We're going to have number 42, Jackson Lee, come on a face-off with number 11, Bobby Lee. And number Nick, number 39, I think. Sorry, 35, Jaden Hedman. Jackson Lee will go early, though. Running down the field now is the Lone Peak gets a little screen by the ref. Number let's see, a lot of scrum in the middle, and it looks like it's going to become Grizzly ball. Number 11, Bobby Lee with it now. Makes a break for it. He'll get hit. Hit again. Hit again. He'll lose his footing. He'll keep going, though. Flag will come down. He'll toss it over to 6th Seth Birmingham. It'll keep rolling. Saved there by Hudson Fox. Picked up by 6th Seth Birmingham. Seth Birmingham with it now. Runs across the top. Seth switches spots with 33, Jonas Tatton. Seth over to 33, Jonas Tatton. Jonas. Over to 6th Seth Birmingham. Seth switches spots with Jonas. Seth switches, gets hit, goes down the field. He'll make a move. He'll come to the top. Shot! Saved there by the goalie. That shot there by 6th Seth Birmingham. Ball back on the ground. Picked up by Calix. Never mind. Back on the ground. Picked up by the goalie. But it looks like we're going to have a penalty here on Lone Peak. Alrighty, 17, Calix Wilkinson will start with it here. Never mind. Sorry, Lone Peak now with it coming down the field. Chased out there by Crusawe. Crusawe will pick it up here. And bring it on in. He'll throw it over to 16, Walker Stoltz. Stoltz walking it up. Passes it over to 19, Hudson Boyer. Hudson up to Ty. Ty switches spots with Seth. Ty running down the field. Throws it over to 36, Maddox Icono. Maddox down to Hudson Fox. Hudson will lose it. Pass to the goalie. Goalie hucks it up the field. Crusawe coming across the field now. Crew goes across. Crew wants the goal. Crew going to run down, gets whacked, and loses the ball. 30 with it now. Gets a little movie move. Chucks it up the field. 31, Ty Evans. Chucks it over to Seth. Seth loses it. Seth picks it back up. Seth around the guy. We're going to get a timeout here by the Grizzlies. And we'll be back for the last little bit of this third quarter. Sorry, we are back for the last little bit of this third quarter. Shot there by 49 Max Wright. Right to the left of the goalie. Number 6, Seth Birmingham with it now. Brings it in. Pass up to Hunter Miller. Hunter will lose it. Hit it over to Seth. Picked up by Lone Peak. Never mind. 6, Seth Birmingham trying to get it for it. Seth gets it here. Seth comes across the top. Seth over to 41, Caden Guyman. Caden will lose it. Actually, that's 41. 41's actually Tatum. And flag down here on Lone Peak. Number 4. Maybe. Number 4 with a cross check. Number 30, Sammy with it now. Sammy will run it down. Sammy over to Calix. Calix to Maddox. Maddox loses it. Maddox picks it back up. Maddox. Over to Calix. Calix. Across to Max. Max will lose it. Max picks it back up, though. Max with it here. Pass it over to Seth. Over the head of Seth. That ball will roll. Come up. Get picked up by 36. Maddox Iacano. Iacano now coming back down the field. He'll pass it over to Sammy. Sammy over to Seth. Seth comes up. Wants to shoot it. Switches spots with Calix. Calix with the ball. Calix shot. Saved off somebody there. Probably a Hunter Miller there in the middle. 38 with it now. Getting whacked by Calix. Tosses it to his goalie. Over the head. Maybe picked up. Oh, a little scrum in the middle. Ball on the ground. Picked up by number 7. 7 coming across the top now. 7 making a break for it. 7 slows it down. Backs it back out. 7 over to 36. Minute left. He just looked at the time and realized he has a minute to score. 96. Takes a shot. And he will do just that. Putting it in the goal. Taking the lead by 2. With about 40 seconds left in the third quarter. Alrighty. We got 15th season coming on the face-off. Fight for it in the middle. Ball still on the ground. Whack by Season. Maybe he's going to get picked up. Who knows? That is the end of your third quarter. Your Grizzlies 2, Lone Peak Knights 4. We'll be back in a sec for some fourth quarter action. We are back, and we are live. Let's see. Number 7 with it here. Slowing it down. Makes a move. Goes around Bobby Lee. He'll take a shot. Off. A crossbar flies up the field. Chased out by 15 season. Let's see. Lone Peak running it down now. Making a break for it. Slows it down. 55. 55 with it. Passes it to 7. 7. Gives a screen by 22. 7 behind the net. Passes it up to 28. 28 switches spots with 25. He'll just keep on switching side to side. Alrighty. Looks like Lone Peak is going to bring it in here. Let's see. Looks like Lone Peak is going to start with it on the yellow line here. As Grizzlies will have a man in the box. Alrighty. Looks like the Grizzlies will have a man in the box. Number 7 of Lone Peak with it. Throws it back over to 28. Down low. Up top to 35. He'll pass it over to 7. 7 over to the 10-yard line. 7 will make a move. Come around the backside. Pack it around. Over to 7. 7. Shot. Into the goal. For Lone Peak, going up by 3 now, 5-2.
Oh, nice.
Uh, 36 Maddox Icona will go get that ball. And ball will be back on the ground for Lone Peak. Maddox will go pick it up here. We got about 7:20 left. Maddox will bring it in here. Never mind. 6th Birmingham will bring it in. Wasted at least 40 seconds during that little situation. Seth passes it over to Jonas. Jonas takes a shot into the goalie stick. Goalie passes it upfield. 36 coming across the midfield. He'll pass it over to 7. He'll take it. Nope. 29 will take the shot and score. Making your Grizzlies down by 4 now. With about 6 minutes left.
Oh, nice.
Let's see. We got number 15 Season coming on to face off. That'll get hit around. Picked up by 11, Bobby Lee. Bobby Lee coming down now. Oh, a foul here on the Grizzlies makes it Lone Peak ball. Let's see. Lone Peak running it down now. Runs across midline. Keeps on coming down. Passes it over to 27. 27 across to 28. That ball get hit down. Picked back up by Lone Peak, though. Lone Peak with it here. Runs across the top. He'll pass it over to 28. He'll take another shot and score again. Grizzlies defense just looks a little tired out there right now, but we'll try and figure it out.
Goal, nice. 5 minutes remaining of the fourth quarter. Let's make some noise for those Grizzlies.
Alrighty, now we got 36 Maddox Icono coming on to face off. Fight for the ball in the midfield. Let's see. Ball still on the ground. 36 Maddox Icono. Bodies are just flying around out there. As penalties just keep coming in. We'll be back in a sec when we figure out all these penalties. Alrighty, looks like there is a penalty on Lone Peak, so that your Grizzlies will be man up for the rest of the time here. Number 6, Seth Birmingham, just takes a shot right away. 17, Calix Wilkinson takes a shot, and that's a goal for number 17, Calix Wilkinson, his second of the night, making your Grizzlies deficit to 4.
Oh, Grizzlies.
Looks like we're going to have number 15 Season coming on to face off again. With 39 Nick on his wing. Season fighting for that one. Ball there. Will get picked up by Lone Peak. Lone Peak running it down. Checks by Nick. He'll get in the box. Pass down low to number 20. Across to 85. Back down to 29. He'll come around. He'll take a shot. He'll get cleaned by Crusoe. Nice hit there by Crusoe. Nice clean hit too. And that ball will roll up. Get picked up by 7. 7 will lose it. Ball will get picked up, though. Right back up. Checks by 21 Jackson Jones. He'll come around. Get checked again there by Hudson Boyer. Pass up top to a midi. Got almost a minute left in this game. Number 7 making moves. Looks like we got a timeout here by Lone Peak with about a minute 20 left in your game. Alrighty, we are back for the last minute of this JV lacrosse game. Lone Peak, number 7, will start with it here on the 30-yard line. Number 7 running it down here. Runs down the side. Looks like we'll have a pull that falls. Number 7 will get almost hit by 6 at Birmingham. Now he'll pass it up farther. Farther up. Pass across to 10. 10 over to 29. 29 down low. Number 6 at Birmingham on the defense. Seth picks it up. Seth will lose his footing. Something will happen, and it'll be Grizzly ball. Number 6 at Birmingham running it down now. Seth gets whacked, switches sides, makes a spin. He'll get whacked again. Seth coming down the field now. Seth gets hit in the back. He'll keep getting whacked. He'll keep going, though. He'll pass it over to Max. Shot off the foot of the goalie. Picked up in the middle by a pole. He'll get whacked by Calix. Foul here by Lone Peak makes it Grizzly ball with 10 seconds left. Calix Wilkinson will pick it up here. And Lone Peak will sub off so they can run the rest of the time here. That is the end of your JV lacrosse game. Your Copper Hills Grizzlies 3, Lone Peak 7. We'll be back on Thursday. Your Grizzlies are facing off against Bingham. See you there.